With regards to the impeachment against the president, although I do not have an official information yet about the second, no? I wish to remind the public about the Francisco ruling. Kung alin yung mauna na ma-refer sa Justice Committee, that completes the initiation process which triggers the running of the prohibition period.
Nasaan ang Pangulo? Yan ho ngayon ang usap-usapan sa mundo ng social media. Kasi dyan sa pagtitipon na yan na dapat niyang daluhin ngayong umaga, ang pinadala ho niya itong si Sandro Marcos na kung saan isa din ho sa mga tinuturong sangkot sa mga maanomalyang flood control project. Ganon na ba kalala ang lagay nitong si Marcos Jr. para dito sa ganitong klaseng pagtitipon hindi ho siya makarating? Yan ang ating pag-uusapan dito sa video na to. At ang interview ni Luis Ro kaugnay sa kaliwat ka ng impeachment complaint na sinasampa dito sa kanyang amo na si Marcos Jr. Pero bago yan, sa like at sa subscribe, masaya na ho tayo dyan at sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community, yung join button nandyan lang ho sa baba. Unahin na ho muna natin ang talumpati nitong anak nitong si Marcos Jr.
Since I was young, I've been surrounded by educators.
Kung di ko tayo nagkakamali, ginanap yung pagtitipon na yan sa Ilocos Norte. Baluarte ho nila yan. Kaya kung makarinig ho kayo ng sigawan ng mga hakot dyan sa pagtitipon na yan, huwag na ho kayong magtaka. Ang katotohanan, kahit saan ho kayo magpuntang parte ng Pilipinas, sinusukay ang pamilya na yan. At saka mantakin nyo ho mga kababayan, Ilocos Norte, Baluarte mo. Kung yung iyong naranasan hindi life-threatening, dapat sana dumalo ka dyan ano mo yan, kumbaga, audience mo yung mga nandyan. Pero ang pinadala, yung anak niyang bangag.
From my grandmother to my mother and now to my wife, bear in mind,
Magpapakyut itong si Gunggong. Nakikita ko lang tong mama na to, korupsyon na pagmumukha, kaya ayaw na ho natin panoorin. Alis na nga tayo dyan. Ang issue dito, kung hindi life-threatening, kung hindi masama ang lagay ng Pangulo, nasaan na siya ngayong mga panahon na to? Naku, matindi yan. Ayaw mong ma-impeach, ha? Sabi siguro, ayaw mo ma-impeach, ha? O sige, ngayon, ito. Heto ka ngayon. Di ba? Ayaw mo mag-resign, ha? Ayaw mo mag-resign. Gusto mo talagang pahirapan ang sambayan ng Pilipino, ha? Diverticulitis ka ngayon. Tama ba? Ito mga kababayan. Ito ang sakit ni Marcos Jr. Pag pinag-usapan. Pagka ito, tinatabla ka na ng mainstream media, mag-isip-isip ka na, Marcos Jr. Panoorin nun natin ito.
Pala si Pangulo, overnight.
Hindi nila ni-reveal ng during, after na.
Na-stress daw. Ano yung sakit?
Diverticulitis.
Diverticulitis. Nako, yan ang sakit ho na mahilig mag-divert ng usapan. At yan ang expertise ng administrasyon nitong si Bangag.
Diverticulitis. Ang hirap talaga ng mga medical terms.
Napag-google dit tayo bigla no? Ang unang dinig ko, akala ko yun yung sakit ng mga nasa flood control scandal. Kasi nag-divert na mga.
Bastos ka, Dre.
Hindi, iba to.
Iba pala. May sakit pala talaga
Bastos
divert.
ka, Dre.
Meron. Ano yung pag-check
diversion
mo?
of public funds. Pero inflammation ng ano pala yan, small pouches sa wall ng colon.
Colon. Sa colon.
AKA large intestine.
Tama.
Oo. Tapos common daw yan sa mga age 50 pataas.
Naku.
Tapos
Kawawa ka naman.
naku, sabi ko pa naman 10 years pa ako mag-aalala.
Malayo pa tayo dyan.
Pero prone din daw dyan yung mga obese, yung mga mahilig sa red meat at low fiber na mga pagkain, mga ganyan. Pero hindi ko nakita yung stress sa listahan ng cause.
Oo, kasi sabi nila, 'di ba, sa sobrang stress ni Pangulo kaya nangyari to. Pero ang stress
Diverticulitis, hindi pala nakukuha sa stress. Nagsinungaling na naman yung mga walang ya sa Malacanang. Di ba? Yan na nga ho ba sinasabi ko? Wala ho kayong maaasahan pagdating sa katotohanan sa mga siraulo dyan sa Malacanang.
stress naman talaga is really the cause of so many ailments or kahit na anong sakit. Yan talaga ang unang-unang dapat pag-ingatan nating lahat.
Tigyawat nga lang
Oo, kami ni Willard meron ako dito.
Ako natakpan lang ng salamin.
Grabe naman to si Ma'am Pinky. Kahit na tigyawatin na, maganda pa rin.
Salamat sa concealer mo, Pinks.
Salamat. But anyway, the impeachment complaint, kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, this is, there are going to be 3. Supposed to be because yung second kanina at yung third kanina ay wala kasi si Secretary General Cheloy
Oo.
Garafil doon sa opisina, kaya ayaw daw tanggapin ng executive director
Oo.
ng Secretary General. So, to me, that brings up another question. Ano ba talaga? Kailangan ba present si SecGen? O pwede bang tanggapin lamang ng opisina?
Oo. Kasi kailangan ba siya lang ba ang
Oo.
may authority na tumanggap? Pwede naman, baka pag-absent, meron dapat hahalili, di ba?
Dapat, di ba? Kasi ang nakasulat sa House Rules dyan ay i-file sa Office of the Secretary General. Hindi ko nakita yung to the Secretary General.
The person,
Oo,
no?
to the person.
To the office.
So isa na naman yan na argumento na pwedeng lumabas
Silipin.
dahil nga dito sa mga impeachment complaints.
At bagong impeachment rules ng Korte Suprema. O, siguro nakakakos din ng diverticulitis kapag may in-expect ka talagang impeachment.
Bastos kayo, mga taga-bilyonaryo, ha? Yan bang utos sa inyo ng amo nyo na banggain nyo? Hindi, nakakakos talaga ng diverticulitis yan pagka sunod-sunod ang problema mo sa buhay, di ba? Kahit hindi cause ng diverticulitis and kahit hindi kahit hindi stress ang pinanggagalingan ng sakit na yan, sa sobrang dami mo ng stress, talagang may kalalagyan ka pagka nagkataon, di ba? Magkakaroon ka ng verticulitis na yan, diverticulitis. O, lipat to tayo mga kababayan. Madami to. Ito si Bong Revilla, itong kuha na to ngayong umaga. Sa Sandigan Bayan Huata to, hindi tayo nagkakamali. Hindi daw natuloy ang inaasahang arinet para sa kasong malversation ni dating Senador Bong Revilla. Ayan o mga kababayan, hindi natuloy, baka talagang idinidelay, no? Ayan o mga kasama niya na Sandigan Bayan. Siya lang ho ang ika nga medyo ayon si si Bryce Hernandez yung isa na yun. Ito naman si Bong Revilla, kitang-kita yung pagiging artista
Sir, good
niya,
morning.
no? Talaga namang yan talagang hindi ho siya takot sa hindi ho siya takot sa mga sa mga paparapsi ka nga. Dating artista yun, magagawa natin. Ganyan talaga po. Rekta ho tayo dito sa interview ni Jinky Luistro dito sa ANC na kung saan pinag-usapan ng patong-patong o sunod-sunod na impeachment complaint na hinahain laban dito kay Marcos Jr. Game!
All right, so lots to talk about today, lots to unpack. Congresswoman Luistro, how are you prepping for the complaints filed first against the president? And as we understand it, once the one-year bar rule lapses come February, you're going to expect a lot more this time against the vice president. So talk to us about the process. Talk to us about the preparations, Congresswoman.
All right. So it's important, Carmina, that we advance, that as chairperson of the Committee on Justice, definitely we do not want to preempt the hearing which will be conducted by the committee. So I wish to focus on the rules which we will be utilizing for the purpose of hearing these impeachment complaints if ever there will be subsequent complaints to be filed, no?
So talk to us about the process.
Yes. Generally, concerning the filing of impeachment complaint, I wish to summarize it by two modes. The first mode is filing by a member of the House and or filing by a private individual sponsored by a member of the House. That is similar to the present impeachment complaint that is filed against the President. In as far as Attorney Andre De Jesus's complaint, sponsored by Congressman Jeffrey Nisay. Okay? The second mode is the filing by at least 1/3 of the members of the House of Representatives. And this is the mode that was utilized in the impeachment complaint against the Vice President, which is currently pending motion for reconsideration before the Supreme Court, no? So, with the first mode, Casey, no? The office of the solicitor, the office of the Secretary General, must transmit immediately the same to the office of the Speaker.
Correct.
Okay? Thereafter, the Speaker or the office of the Speaker has a period of 10 session days within which to include the same in the order of business of the plenary, no? And of course, we have to explain also to the public na naka-recess pa po ngayon, and it will be on January 26 when the Congress will be resuming.
Okay, Congresswoman, let me just cut you there because I do want to clarify this particular point, which was
Bakit magtataka yung mga kababayan natin? PH, ba't mo tinatakpan yung reporter? Wala, trip ko lang. Ayoko makita magmumukha niya. Ayoko siya ipakita sa inyo. Di, pangit ang ugali yun eh. Paano yung interview niya kay Atty. Vic Rodriguez, di ba? Napaka-ingrato. Yung tipong, wag ka na mag-interview kung meron ka na palang nasa utak mo at kung anong sabihin ng mga ini-interview mo, kinokontra mo, di ba? Okay, kung di kayo nagkasundo dun sa isang punto, lipat kayo sa ibang punto. Kasi hayaan nyo na yun. Kasi pagka meron kayo hindi na pagkasundoan, wag na kayong, wag nyo nang i-pursue yung point na yun. Wag ka na magipagmatigasan. Ngayon, kung meron kang ganong ugali, na hindi ka pala tumatanggap ng kasalungat na ideya o wag ka na makipagtalo, di ba? Ganun lang naman yun. Kahit na hindi ka sang-ayon, yun ang pananaw ng mga taong kausap mo, hayaan mo sila. Wag mo ipilit yung pananaw mo para lamang sa sa network mo o diyan sa ego mo o diyan sa mga kayabangan mo, sa mga sinasabi mo. Naku, maraming ganyan.
exactly the point during the 19th Congress. Remember, when the Secretary General started receiving all of these complaints, the first, the second, and the third, media then were asking, when are you going to transmit this to the office of the Speaker? The reasoning being given to us then was they were just going to consolidate and transmit everything to the House, to the office of the Speaker. We are not going to see anything of that this time around during the 20th Congress. The transmittal will be happening per complaint filed. Is that correct?
Well, it is the Office of the Secretary General who has to evaluate the impeachment complaint, and she should be able to determine when she's ready to transmit that to the Office of the Speaker, so long as it is still fall within the immediately meaning of the rules on impeachment. No, about the Office of the Speaker, including it in the order of business of the plenary, it depends on the Office of the Speaker. What are their parameters in considering whether or not i-include na ba yan sa order of business ng plenary? Nonetheless, kung wala naman silang nakikitang issues or irregularities, perhaps they can consider the most prompt time in order to include it in the order of business, because napakahaba nung ibinibigay na period sa atin ng rules, that is 10 session days within which to include in the order of business, no? And then from the plenary, same thing. If they believe that, if the majority believes na ripe na siya for transmittal to the office, to the Committee on Justice, then it should be done within the period of 3 session days. For us naman, Carmina, in the Committee on Justice, I can humbly say na we are ready to receive the impeachment complaint.
Congresswoman, when is the determination or the discernment regarding the complaint either being a bogus or a staged complaint or a genuine complaint? When is that going to happen, the determination and discernment of the validity of the complaint?
I am inclined to believe, Carmina, that it will happen in the Justice Committee, no? I've been asked that question already kasi merong mga allegations na the complainant allegedly is associated to the First Lady, but I wish to believe na as to whether or not this is done genuinely and in good faith will be seen during the proceeding before the Justice Committee. If I may share the proceeding that will happen in the Justice Committee.
Ito naman si Jinky Luis. Hintayin nyo muna yung mga legit. Yan kasi bogus yan eh. Pagka napunta na sa Justice Committee, wala nang pwedeng maghain. Kaya titignan natin yung form and substance sa Committee on Justice. Alam nyo naman na talagang pakawalayan itong si Lisa Araneta Marcos. Pambihira talaga itong si Baculaw. Oo. Hintayin nyo muna bago nyo i-refer yan kung saan-saan. Hintayin nyo muna, i-consolidate nyo muna. Hindi ko alam kung i-consolidate. Pero dapat Yung ibang mga maghahain pa, hintayin nyo, wag kayong naapuran nyo naman, masyado kayong napaghahalata
committee, Carmina. The first step is the determination of sufficiency in form. So dito natin tinitingnan kung verified ba, signed ba, no? And second is the determination in substance. We have to check kung the narration of facts are sufficient to substantiate or constitute the ground, which is the basis of the impeachment complaint. And I am inclined to believe as well, Carmina, no? If this is done in good faith, he or she should be able to substantiate during the determination of sufficiency in substance pa lang, by way of what is provided in the complaint, yung substance ng ground for impeachment na ginamit nila. No?
Okay.
From there, Carmina, as our step 3, if the impeachment complaint is both sufficient in form and in substance, the committee shall proceed to the determination of sufficient basis for impeachment, no? And then thereafter, if there is sufficient basis for impeachment, we will proceed to hearing proper, where the complainants and the witnesses will be asked to, and even the respondent, should he wish to attend the hearing, will be invited to join the hearing.
No, I completely get that. This is not our first impeachment. And of course, we do have the SC ruling on that. But learning from how the Secretary General of the 19th Congress handled the impeachment complaints then, I guess the concern goes there first and foremost. Should the public just see the Office of the Secretary General to be very ministerial when it comes to these complaints? None of those, waiting, holding on to the complaints, meaning, are you expecting the Secretary General to just act on it? Perform the job, which is to just keep on forwarding whatever it is that they receive. Is that your expectation of the Secretary General?
What I remember, Carmina, during the time of the previous Secretary General, there were House members who really solicited the chance to go over the impeachment complaint against the president. This time, I am not privy to the filing at all, and I don't know whether there are members who have the same or similar concerns, similar requests with the Office of the Secretary General, which she might consider before transmitting it to the Office of the Speaker.
All right. We're going to talk more about the 19th Congress in a bit because we have to learn from what happened then, right, before we continue on with the complaints that the 20th Congress will receive. But first, Congresswoman, you have 2 already against, as I mentioned a while ago, 2 already against the president. We can expect at least 1 against the VP once the 1-year bar rule lapses. You said you're ready to receive the complaints as chairman of the House Committee on Justice. Are you able, how ready are you that you're able to handle these impeachment complaints against the 2 highest officials of the land, Congresswoman?
We should be.
Teka lang parang may mali sa mukha nitong si Luis. Pero nangyari sa mukha mo, ante. Grabe naman yung foundation na yan. Hanggang sa baba mo may foundation. Napansin ko lang. Anak ng tawa para siya nakamaskara. Ganun ka na ba kapangit? Para ika nga sagarin mo sa pulbo mukha mo. Tapos yung lipstick mo parang kalat-kalat yung Kung sino man nag-makeup sa'yo, Jingle Luis to, sisantihin mo na, langya ka.
Be ready, Carmina, because this is our constitutional duty. No other committee can take jurisdiction over these impeachment complaints but the Justice Committee. And in all fairness to the 38 members of the Justice Committee, I am confident that they have the necessary knowledge, skills, and background to take care of this impeachment complaint, be it against the president or against the vice president. So, yes, Carmina, we are ready.
But can you tell us more about the process here? Like what the public should expect? Are you going to first tackle the first complaint filed, which is against the president, and then subsequently tackle whatever it is that may be filed against the vice president? Pagsasabayan niyo ho ba? Ano po ang game plan ninyo?
With regards to the impeachment against the president, although I do not have an official information yet about the second, no? I wish to remind the public about the Francisco ruling. Kung alin yung mauna na ma-refer sa Justice Committee, that completes the initiation process which triggers the running of the prohibition period. Ang sabi natin sa
Kung ano ang unang ma-refer. So talagang nagpapatiunaw sila. Linaruho nila yung proseso ng impeachment dito kay Marcos Jr. Nanggaling na ho mismo sa bunganga nitong si Baculaw. O siyempre, nauna yung sa abogado ni Lisa. Alin ang uunahin? Di ba? Alin yung uunahin? Anak ng toka, natanggalan tayo ng salawal dun ha. Nasalat ho tayo dun sa ano ha. Dun sa paghahain ng impeachment. Alam ng mga siraulo sa Malacanang na maghahain, kaya nagpatayo na sila. Ngayon, nung mga lihitimo na ang maghahain, umalis si Garapil, nagpunta ng Taiwan. Mga siraulo talaga tong mga to. Ngayon naman, yung Committee on Justice, kung alin daw ang unang marirefer, at alam na ho natin, parang ramdam na natin kung alin ang unang marirefer. Ba't ba kayo masyadong kabado? Hindi naman makakakuha ng boto. Pag-uusapan lang naman natin ang kabalbalan ni Marcos Jr. dyan sa House of Representatives. Ayaw nyo ba yun?
saligang batas, isang impeachment complaint lang per impeachable official every year. So kung alin yung mauna makarating sa Justice Committee, that will prohibit the subsequent impeachment complaints against the same impeachable official, which in this case is the President. No? About the one which will be against the Vice President, I do not want to speculate, Carmina, no? But we have to remember as well that the decision of the Supreme Court with regards to the impeachment complaint having been declared as unconstitutional, the one against the Vice President, has not ripened into a jurisprudence. Why? Because it hasn't reached its finality yet. Dahil may pending na motion for reconsideration pa ang House of Representatives, which to this date remains unresolved.
So, are you expecting that that will be tricky? Because you need to resolve that first before you can continue on with anything that may be filed against the Vice President.
Well, this is just my opinion, no?
Go ahead.
If the Supreme Court will not resolve the impeachment complaint against the President, I mean the motion for reconsideration, no? And another impeachment complaint will be filed against the Vice President come February 6. It is really my humble opinion that we will be prompted to follow literally what is under the Constitution. No? Kasi dun sa ating Constitution, it doesn't provide for notice and hearing yet. That is in as far as the second mode of filing an impeachment complaint, which allows the House to immediately transmit it to the Senate without need of referring it to the Committee on Justice is concerned. We will remember, Carmina, yung naunang impeachment complaint against the Vice President was supported by, I think, more than 200 members of the House of Representatives. So this fell under the second mode of filing an impeachment complaint. Basta supported, signed, and verified by at least 1/3 of the House members, allowed ng House to transmit it immediately to the Senate. However, that impeachment process, including the transmittal and even the impeachment complaint, was declared unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. No, so it is on this line that it is really my wish na sana magkaroon ng finality yung decision na yon, so that come the second impeachment complaint, if there will be a second impeachment complaint against the Vice President, it will be clear which rule really should be applied.
But the same, because it's still not final, the same should apply with regard to the impeachment complaints against the President.
Wait, the one against the President is being filed under the first mode. It is under the first mode.
Got it.
Kasi ang complainant natin is a private individual sponsored by a House member, right? Doon sa first mode natin, it is mandatory na dadaan siya sa Justice Committee. Yung second mode, which is the filing of impeachment complaint by at least one-third, ito yung nagbibigay ng parang, para maintindihan tayo, parang express lane ba siya?
Opo.
Kasi hindi requirement ang referral to the Justice Committee, and instead, the House of Representatives, it is very clear under the Constitution, can transmit immediately to the Senate.
Pero, Congresswoman, kung mag-file man uli against the Vice President using the first mode, wala tayong pinag-uusapan dito na
Yes.
complication.
Yes, yes. You are correct, Carmina. Yung motion for reconsideration, which is currently pending before the Supreme Court, is material only if the second impeachment complaint against the President will be filed.
All right. Let's talk
And
about...
they will be using again the second mode. And the House will be using again the second mode, where one-third, at least one-third, will be signing and verifying the impeachment complaint.
All right.
But for as long as first mode ang gagamitin natin, hindi po magiging issue yung MR na pending before the Supreme Court.
Congresswoman, let's talk about the 19th Congress again, the difference between then and now. When you talk about the 19th Congress, you were then supposed to be a member of the prosecution panel. You are now, fast forward to the 20th Congress, the chairwoman of the House Committee on Justice. How do you address the concern that this might just cloud your judgment, given that you were supposed to be a member of the prosecution panel then? Go ahead.
Ever since, Carmina, kahit nung 19th Congress pa lang, no, that we are part of the prosecution panel, I always say during the interview, I never look at the person. I only look at the issue. So long as we focus on the facts, the evidence, and the rule, I think we will have an objective appreciation of the merits of the case. Although, gusto ko rin i-emphasize na yung trial proper naman ito will not happen before the House of Representatives, not even before the Committee on Justice. It will happen in the Senate. Kung pwede ko itong maikumpara sa an ordinary trial proceeding, no? Ang nangyayari lang sa Committee on Justice is similar to a preliminary investigation where we are supposed to determine whether or not there is probable cause that supports the impeachment complaint.
Yeah, pero
After
nung member ko po kayo ng prosecution panel, alam niyo na ho yun, hindi ba? You were ready to fight. You were ready back then.
That is correct, Carmina. That is correct. But as I have said, we are focusing on the facts, the evidence, and the rule. And then as far as we are concerned, I am confident that we became objective during that time, and we intend to become objective this time.
Congresswoman, you said you don't look at the person, but what about the alliances and the allegiances that are coming into play here? You are known to be an ally of the former Speaker of the House back in the 19th Congress. Now in the 20th Congress, there are two complaints against the president as we speak. We are expecting at least one once February 6 comes around. The Speaker is being implicated in all the investigations and talks, as you very well know. How do you then address the concern that your actions might just be to spare the former Speaker and not really hold the President and the Vice President to account?
Well, that gives me more reason, Carmina, to become very, very conscious about my objectivity in appreciating the merits of the case, at least for the purpose of determining the existence of probable cause before the Justice Committee. No, I can, of course, I know for myself that I will be very much faithful on the duty that is given to me by the Constitution, but I cannot really control the opinion of the others, especially those who are very much politically inclined.
Will it make sense to you, Congresswoman, that would it make sense to you if there is no support for an impeachment complaint against the Vice President in the 20th Congress as compared to the 19th Congress? Will it make sense to you if this time around that complaint will not prosper against the Vice President?
The list that I can say, Casey, no, is as far as my friends from the House are concerned, they felt frustrated about what happened to the first impeachment complaint. So I cannot really tell whether this time around, I do not want to speculate, but just in case there will be second impeachment complaint, I cannot tell really if that impeachment complaint will be supported by as many number of members of the House as the last time.
Okay. As a final question, Congresswoman, of course, I talked to you not just
Wag na tayo mag-final question. Dito na ho natatapusin ang mga kabalbalan nitong si Jinky Luistro. As always, maraming salamat ho sa pagsuporta sa PH Update. Mag-ingat ho kayo lahat. Mahal natin ang Pilipinas.